test preparation, as well as their college and career planning. So we are your Lancaster High School Region 10 Gear Up team. I am Alexis Wasson,
And I'm
and
Brittany Hervey.
yes, and so we are housed at LHS supporting the class of 2027. And so we're just briefly, before we get into the resources, we always like to give a quick overview of what is Gear Up, who we are, what we do, and why we do it. So we are a college and career readiness grant funded by the U.S. Department of Education. Region 10 is our fiscal agent, and we are in partnership with Lancaster ISD. So we've been supporting class of 2027 since their 8th grade year, and we follow them and will be with them through graduation for all things college, career, and academic. Our goal is to help increase students' academic performance, increase the class's graduation rates, increase education and expectation and college knowledges for students and their families, and increase our students' ability to not only enroll in, but thrive in their post-secondary endeavors. So whether that be college, trade school, military, anything of the sort. We just want to make sure that they have a plan on what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and how they're going to pay for it.
And the way that we do that is through providing academic advising. We do pep talks with the students, which we'll talk about in just a moment. We also provide targeted tutoring and test prep. So they have access to tutoring resources, which we'll talk about as well. And we also do workshops for the students during EOC time. We help them with TSI, algebra, so many different workshops to ensure that they are prepared to take their exams and just in general with their high school classes. We also offer academic enrichment and programming. So we take the students on field trips. We bring in college and career speakers. We just ensure that they are prepared and know what's coming next, and also provide them with resources to be able to navigate that smoothly. These are the students' counselors. So, of course, Gear Up is here as a support, but their counselors are their first line of support with anything they need pertaining to like their transcripts, their information like for college or anything like that. This is their first line, but then we are here to support and back them in any way that they need as they prepare for post-secondary. It looks a little different. Last year, their counselor was Mr. Ford, and if your child is in early college, their counselor was Miss Pink and still is. But this year, the counselor divide it has changed the way that they're divided their caseloads, and so you can see on the screen who your child will report to. So if they're M through R, last name M through R, they'll report to Mr. Ford. If their last name A through C, they report to Miss Nimmer. Last name H through L is with Miss Vasquez, and S through Z, Miss White, and then D through G is Mr. McDonald. And all of our counselors are wonderful, very helpful, and full of knowledge. So again, please feel free to reach out to them. And if you have Instagram, you can follow the LHS College Center, which is also our counseling department, at LHS College Center on Instagram.
It's definitely a collaborative effort.
All right, so the purpose of tonight's meeting is simply to review the tutoring support resources that we have for students. This support resource is called tutor.com, and the students can use it for SAT and ACT prep. They can use it for ELC prep and in general for homework. It is a 24-hour, 7 days a week tutoring resource available to them where they can connect with a live tutor. So this is not just somewhere they, submit and it's a AI, something helping them. There's a live tutor on the other side there to walk them through their homework. And we want to make sure we've shared it with the students. They've been knowing about this since 8th grade. And then we also share it with them in our pep talks. But we would just want to make sure our families are aware that this resource is available for your student Report cards are getting ready to come out. And so as soon as those grades hit, some of you might have some concerns, not sure if your student is able to, miss practice, or maybe the tutoring times just don't line up and you don't know what to do. This is a tutoring resource that they can use any time of the day to get the support that they need to ensure they pass their classes. We also want to educate you all about Zello, which is a resource that the school offers that we help the students to use to search for colleges, search careers, and search for scholarships. It is never too early to get started for scholarships. In fact, this is the time right now to start searching for those scholarships. So we're going to show you in depth of how you can go, how your student can go inside of Zello and use that resource. And then the other thing is just to discuss the pep talks and how your student can schedule one. So we've started pulling students for pep talks already this year. But if you would like to schedule a pep talk for your student, we'll give you some information on how you can do that later on in the presentation.
Yes. So, what is a pep talk? It is a post-secondary education planning meeting that we have with students where we provide individual or small group academic advising or college and career planning support. These meetings and discussions of students' interests also fuel the needs of our programming. So sometimes in pep talks, students can share what colleges they're thinking about attending, what majors are they interested in, and then that then helps us figure out, okay, well, where should we plan for our field trips? Or if we notice we're meeting with a lot of students one-on-one in small groups and they're all expressing a similar concern. So for example, we recently met with a lot of our students who have to retest EOCs, those end of course exams, STAR exams that are needed for graduation, their graduation requirements, right? And so in those one-on-one pep talks or small group meetings, we learned that a lot of them were seeking additional writing support or we wanted to enhance their writing skills, which then allowed me and Brittany to go back to the drawing board of, okay, well, how can we plan a workshop or what resources or tools can we share with these specific groups of students since they've come in and shared with us that they want writing support. So students, again, can come in for pep talks during their lunch periods. If they have permission before or after school, if they have permission during advisory, or if you have requested, right, to have that your student come down and have a pep talk with us, we can do that as well. We review their transcripts with them in these meetings. We review their grades, attendance, if there's any denial of credit concerns. We will partner with Ms. Spraggin or get them with her so that they can make up their hours. And then also on the flip end, there's students that are checking on their GPA. They're wanting to know how can they add more college hours, wanting to know if they have enough credits. So that's another service that we do as well during those pep talks. Tutor.com is a free resource that students can access through their Clever. And right now, it is currently exclusive to the class of 2027. So tutor.com it's free to your student, but it's paid for by Gear Up. And it allows them to have 24/7 access to a tutor. There's practice quizzes and homework available. And if they do a tutoring session with a tutor, let's say they do it in October, and now it's November, but they want to review that same session, that lesson has rolled back around, they can get the transcript of their previous session with their tutor. So I'm going to click here so that I can show you more of what tutor.com looks like. So I'm logged in as a student. So he would go to his Clever, search for tutor.com. We've encouraged them to favorite it so that it pops up at the top of their Clever. And so if I was working on a homework assignment, I can just click connect now with the tutor. What do I need help with? So let's say we were just talking about writing earlier. So I'll put writing, and I'm working on support for scholarship essays. I'm in the 11th grade. They just fill this out. If they have their specific question right here, they'll put it in the question box. And also, if they're working on a homework assignment or they want to screenshot something from their Google Classroom, they can attach the file. They can check if they want to chat only. So this allows them to have a text style combo with the tutor through the app, or they can change it to chat and voice if the student would like to hear the tutor's voice and talk back and forth with the tutor. That's an option too. And it is only chat and voice. There is no video involved. So the tutor cannot, it's not like Zoom right now, right? How you can see me. The tutor cannot see your student. They can only hear your student and see what file the student attaches.
But they are able to interact with them. I don't know if you guys have ever done like a Jamboard before, but the students they can see their tutor writing something down, and their tutor can see them writing, and the tutor can kind of talk to them and also correct them like on whatever assignment or whatever it is that they're working on. But they just can't see each other either way.
Right. Yes, it's like a shared screen. So if I press submit right now, it would start connecting me to a tutor. I mean, this is any time of day.
Also, if your student prefers to get tutoring in Spanish, they do have that as a secondary option. So if you would like to get a tutor that is Spanish speaking, you can get that for your student as well.
And it is true tutoring support. So they're not giving out answers or doing homework assignments for students. They're solely guiding them and supporting them to get to the correct answer on their own. So you could do connect with a tutor now. That gives you any tutor. Let's say your scholar has worked with, I'll call it, let's say tutor Alexis, right? And they really enjoyed the way Alexis broke things down for them. They can then schedule a future session and specifically request to get on Alexis's schedule. The only thing with that, right, is if it's set up for Alexis at 5 p.m., then you have to log on Tuesday at 5 p.m. with the tutor you requested. But you always have the option to meet with first available.
Mhm.
Something else that's really great about tutor.com is it allows you to drop off your work. So this is great for writing because, again, a lot of the scholars express wanting additional support with writing. So with that, when it does ask for a 12-hour window before the essay is due, but let's say they get the assignment on Monday and maybe it's due on their Wednesday class or their Friday class. They can start writing their rough drafts and their outlines, sharing that here, attaching it in the box and submitting. And a tutor will then review that, come up with some suggested edits and revisions, and is then able to discuss that with your scholar so that they can turn around and turn in the best assignment to their teacher, but it's also still giving that one-on-one support of, right, why we need to make these revisions to the essay. And then another tab in tutor.com is our test prep and our self-study. So we can take practice quizzes for our academics and EOCs. And then you also have the option to prep for ACT, SAT, or AP courses. And there's skill center resources and video learning. So I'll click on some of these. So say I know I need to retake the English 2 star. I know I have to retake that in December, but maybe I'm not in an English 2 retake class, right? So I can come here, English 2, or even if I am and I just need additional support. And I know that metaphors, similes, and poems, that's a struggle area for me. And I can take a quiz on this. So this is an example of how the quiz looks. I can go through and answer the questions. Next. If I get a question wrong, it's going to give me a breakdown of, how I got it wrong, what's the process to, getting it right. And then and then they'll give me the option to connect with a tutor to review any questions that I got wrong at the end of the practice test. In the Skills Center Resource Library, I'm going to click back. I think I'm going back to English again. Let's go back to secondary English 9 through 12. And again, if I wanted to click on writing, but as you see, there's math, there's all the other subjects in here as well. But writing and descriptive, or oh, editing and proofreading. That was something. It brings you to these other websites that are again rated by from the Princeton Review that students can then use as study type sites and tools, asking questions, summarizing. So all of this again is embedded in tutor.com inside of their Clever. They don't even have to have their username or password. They just have to access their Clever account and click on tutor.com.
All right, so we just want to pause for a moment and see if there's any parents that have any questions. If you would like to put your questions in the chat, you're more than welcome to. If you would like to ask yours aloud, you can just come off of mute and ask your questions. But just anything that we've covered so far around the pep talks, around tutor.com, any lingering questions you have maybe about that resource, please take a moment now to ask your questions. And then also, if you just entered the chat or Zoom, or you came on a little bit later and you have not had a chance to sign in, if you could, I just redrop the sign in into our chat. If you could stop for a moment and just sign in with us so we know who's being represented here and who showed up, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Ms. Johnson said this is great. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Johnson, for being here and just for just coming to get these additional resources for your child. And again, this is not just for students who are in high school. This is like, I know some are in dual credit or some are taking early college courses. They can access, I think it's over 180 different courses that they can get tutoring support with. So it's not just for those high school level classes. They can get it at all levels. So
Yes.
this resource is optional for both early college and for comprehensive. And thank you, Miss Jett, for just your comments and your kind words.
Yes.
We're not
Yes.
finished here. We are going to keep going. Just wanted to take a moment to stop and see if any parents had any questions. I see I have a junior new to the district this year. Can he use any of the resources if he's not in early college? If you're, yes, if your student is a junior, all junior students, anyone in the class of 2027 at Lancaster High School is in Gear Up. So that's the last we checked, it was 552 juniors, but it could be more now, especially with you saying it's a new student to the district. So all everyone in the class of 2027 is in our cohort. So all of those students have access to any of these tools. Also, we are located right here on campus. So we are in L101 inside the library. If your student hasn't had a chance to meet us or to, experience maybe a Gear Up field trip, or like we said, we take them on field trips. We go to job site visits. We do a lot of different things with the students. And if they haven't had a chance to experience those things, please encourage them to come down to the library and see us. We're
Yes.
happy to help them. We're eager to help them. We want all of our students to go into post-secondary or just graduate high school and know what they're doing afterwards.
And I'm
Know
not sure
where they're going next.
there is no sign up. So sometimes students and families get confused by that too. Like if they have to sign up to be in Gear Up or if there's a form that they have to fill out, but they're automatically in it and qualify for our services just by being class of 2027.
Yes, great question, Miss McLean. Thank you. All right, if there aren't any other questions right now, we'll go ahead and proceed. It's not too much longer, but just again, just wanted to cover these resources with you guys. And then if you have any questions, we'll stop again and check in with you. But we're going to go ahead and continue now. So next up is is a campus resource called Zello. Now this program is actually open if you have students in multiple grade levels, 9 through 12. Everyone has access to Zello. We highly encourage our students to use it as a wonderful resource for exploring colleges, careers, for looking for scholarships. It has everything, one-stop shop, and we're gonna dive into it so you guys can kind of take a look at what that looks like. And just like tutor.com, All your student has to do is go to their Clever, and they can either go down to, I think it says digital learning resources or something like that, or yeah, digital learning resources. But if they just go to the search bar at the top and type in XE, like before they can even finish, Zello will pop up and they can just click on it and it will take them right here. They don't have to like sign in or do anything extra.
Mhm.
So
And Zello is a tool that's available to all of your scholars, right? Whereas tutor.com is exclusive to class of 2027, but you can use Zello with any of your scholars in the district.
yes. So the first thing I wanted to show, because I know a lot of parents are always like, where can my child apply for scholarships? How can we get started? Where can we look? So we're going to explore that. If you go to the Explore tab at the top in Zello, scholarships is under related, and it's one of the first things that pops up. And they provide you with a list of current scholarships. So as you can see, this scholarship has a September 30th deadline. So this is like in a couple of days. That's a scholarship that's available. And then it goes all the way into 2026 with scholarships that are currently available right now. And it has all kinds of scholarships in there. I even saw the Taco Bell Live Moss scholarship was on there. But they have it for just all different organizations at all different levels, from $1,000 to $20,000 and $40,000.
Yeah, I was like, this is 40,000.
Uh-huh. And you can even, if you go up to the top, Miss Watson, can you go back up to the top? If you want to, you can go to filter by grade. It's already filtered for 11th and 12th grade, but if you want it for your junior, you can just select 11th grade and it'll kind of narrow that down so you can see what's available for my junior right now. And then on the side, where you see it says save, again, we're in your student's profile. So your student can actually like look at the scholarships and they can see like, hey, if well, we can go to the preview tab. They can kind of review it and see if they meet those qualifications. And if they're like, hey, I think I might want to apply for this scholarship later, or I need to sit down and make time, they can save it. And then later, I'll show you how to do this. But when they go to the About Me,
Stop.
oh,
Mhm.
when they go to the About Me, they'll be able to see all of their saved,
Like,
like anything that they saved for their resources.
yeah, so the preview tells them what they're eligible for. So, for example, this one, if you know you're planning to go into college, you're at least a high school junior with a 2.5 GPA, and you have your official transcript, then you are eligible for this scholarship up here at the top.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, next, we're going to look at how students can start exploring what colleges might be a good fit for them. We can start with a career. I like to show students that they can do this because it really narrows it down for them. But they could go in and just say, "Hey, I want to look at all careers. I want to look at all colleges," and they can. Or they can go in the search tab and look up their career. We can start by just clicking on one. So let's click on account manager.
Ooh, and it says decreasing in demand. So that's
Oh, well,
another.
let's click on a high demand one then,
Oh,
accountant.
okay.
So yeah, it even tells them, like it tells them the earning potential of that job. It lets them know what type of degree they need. So at the very top, it says, "Hey, this job requires a 4-year degree." You can scroll. Yep, and then that is in high demand. You can scroll down. This is just where they can kind of see a job description, and then they can see what the core tasks are involved with that job, as well as what they can expect for like the work environment for that career. And you can keep going. Again, the working conditions, the earning potential, and this is something that you can do with your students. So this is not just something they have access to at school. They can log onto their Clever tonight, right now. And you can like say, hey, let's look at your Zello. And just like the scholarships you see right up here, do you like this career? Save at the very top, that they can go in and actually save that and it will save it to their profile so that they can come back to it again later. So something that I love about Zello is that once you get to the bottom and they'll tell you what education and training and majors, like what area you can major in to go into this career. So we're going to click on that. Let's just do accounting and finance. So it'll then take them to a major for, what they would look for in their colleges, and it's for all types of careers. They can also save this major, right? And say this is where, this is a major I might want to do in college. But my absolute favorite part is if you scroll down to the bottom, they give you a list of schools that offer that major, and it's not just for Texas. You can click the little down arrow right here, and you can actually see what other schools offer that. Now this one, let's go back two more. Let's go back again because I think accounting and finance was more specific for Zillow. So let's just click on accounting because I think that'll open up our options, and it's really important to explore all of them. Because see, like now,
Oh, the
we
school
clicked on
list is
that major. Now we have 107 schools in Texas that offer the accounting major. And then those students can then go and they can start clicking on these schools. Like they can click on Abilene Christian, and now they can look at what does this school look like? How much does it cost in tuition and fees? What's the acceptance rate of this school? They can kind of even see like what the temps look like out wherever they choose to go, because some of them may choose to go outside of Texas and go up north, and they want to know like what's it like to live there in the climate. But then and they also give you the important deadlines, like when is the early application deadline, when is the priority deadline. And even if your student is a junior, those dates don't typically change that frequently. So they know next year, hey, they typically ask for this stuff around this time, and they can start preparing right now. They let you know what other majors are popular at that school, what that school is known for, and how many graduates they have on average from there. And it lets you know about the population and the demographics, as well as the campus life and what they have. Some students are interested in joining certain organizations, or even doing like maybe they want to be in they want to go somewhere that has a student run TV station. It lets them know that's available. Or they want to go somewhere where they have sorority and fraternity life. They let them know, hey, these are the clubs that are at that school that's available. And it just goes like in depth. Again, talks about the cost. It talks about what things are at that school. And it all starts with your student just saying, hey, I think I'm interested in accounting. And
Mhm.
again, we move from accounting to like, okay, what do I need a major in? All right, I figured out my major. What schools can I go to? And again, this is just one college of the 107 that popped up. So you and your student can go through and start exploring. And another way, if you think that that might be a little overwhelming, you could go to the Explore tab and click on colleges. Your student can actually go, if they want to take this route, they can go to where it says more filters, and they can narrow it down and say, hey, I want to go to a school that costs less than $10,000 a year. Um, so you can like kind of control that tab and show like, hey, I don't have a lot of money saved up, or I don't know, I don't want to accumulate too much debt. And so I'm going to go to a school that's under $10,000 a year. I want to go to a medium-sized university. And then let's just start there. But they have other options if you're interested in going to a HBCU, a HSI, if you want somewhere that asks for a certain grade point average. You can kind of narrow your search. We want a public university that's 4 years. Um, let's see, go back up to the top. Oh, let's say we want it to be in a suburban area. And yeah. So that's good. That gives us like 94 schools. And again, the more picky they get, like the more they say, hey, I want to study in this area, I want to do this, it'll narrow it down, and it will help them find their college matches where they can kind of start looking at what schools might be a good fit for them. And just beyond this, if they want to like get a virtual tour, they can go on YouTube and start looking at some of these schools that they've never heard of before or visited. Um, I'm going to stop for just a moment because I know that Zello can be a lot, and just see if there's any parents that have any questions about this application or just what it can do or just any questions surrounding supporting your child with looking for scholarships or college and careers. And again, you're welcome to come off of mute, or you can just put it in the chat and we can read it aloud. Because I'm sure your questions will help everyone here in the chat.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't see anything so far, but just wanted to also share like it's National Gear Up Week, and today we hosted a college kickback in L101 in our room, and students can freely come like during their lunch. We just encourage them to bring their lunch trays and come and sit down with us and explore this tool. So this is something that throughout the year we say, hey, come kick it with us and let's come look at some colleges and let's do this and that. And so what we ask is that, just encourage our student if they see us up, usually if we're in a cafeteria or we're on the announcements and we're saying something, it's because we have something going on that they
Mhm.
need to be a part of that's going to help them. We don't just say stuff just to be saying it or stand out there just to be seen. We go out there with a purpose. And so we want the students to know when they see us, it's important. They need to come, they need to be a part because these are the tools that we're using to help students figure out what they want to do after high school
Mhm.
and support them while they're in high school. Okay. And so that's Zello. And again, if you
And
guys do have any questions throughout, you're more than welcome to
yeah.
share them.
And that's really sure they can come and visit us to do Zello, and we'll also partnering with their English 3 teachers. So we'll be doing a Zello classroom push-in coming up in October. So if you can help us by helping your student be familiar with it so that they'll be ready when we come into their classes. In order to look at colleges, do the students have to have a profile or can they just look around? So they already have do they have to have a Zello profile? And if that's the question, they already have a Zello profile. They already have a Zello account. They just have to go to their Clever and click on Zello, and their profile will be there. It'll look just like this one. And you just get to build it up yourself, or your student builds it up by adding more information about themselves to make it more custom to their interests.
And I will say, if you're opening Zillow for the first time, it will be an interest inventory. So it's gonna pop up and it's gonna say welcome. And you click on, just click on the screen and then it'll ask them, hey, what are you interested in? Are you interested in STEM, coding, arts, culinary? So it asks them like some interest questions. They does give them the option to skip. You can skip through that if you want to, but it does help to have them select and kind of start thinking about that because Zello then kind of curates a list of things based on their interests. So when they go and open up their homepage or their profile, it'll kind of show them stuff based on their interests. Hey, like look, this just happened, or it might show some articles and things. So it does help to go through that inventory, but you can click around that to get to this page so that you can start exploring scholarships and the colleges and careers.
Yes. And to what you were saying earlier, Brittany, the curating the interest is almost like a social media for college and career exploration, because the more they customize it, the more Zello will highlight what they're interested in. So for example, this student's homepage is this is articles about plastic surgery, like being a plastic surgeon, the 4 biggest differences between medical school and dental school. So why is that on his homepage and it might not be on your student's homepage? Because this scholar has been doing a lot of searching on if he wants to be a surgeon, if he wants to be a plastic surgeon, if he wants to be a dentist. So now they're showing him articles on should I go to dental school or medical school when he first logs into the Zillow. So another example.
And great question. Thank you for asking about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so we've kind of just highlighted this already, but in partnering for success, please encourage your students to use tutor.com for studying and test prep. Remind them that they can log into Zello. This is definitely something that you all can do together. check progress regularly and celebrate their small wins. And then also, please allow us to be a partner with you. We just have just a few more slides, but before we get to those, the end, like we're going to share our email addresses again. So if you do have any questions, if you want to, again, sign your scholar up for a pep talk, or if you would like to be a part of a pep talk with your scholar where we're reviewing transcripts or more of a one-on-one session where we go through Zello or tutor.com with you, please allow us to partner with you in that and contact us.
All right, this is just a reminder that to get ahead, you want to start kind of creating some accounts for your student that they're going to need for senior year. Or really, it doesn't hurt them to have it junior year. It's actually encouraged. But you can go ahead and start creating their FAFSA accounts. This is where you will sign up for financial aid for your student. And so we want to encourage you to start setting up those accounts so that you can see like what they have, like a calculator on there that lets you see how much aid your student can qualify for. And it kind of helps you to see like right now, how much do I need to be saving for, or how much will my student get going towards school. So we do want to encourage you to set up that FAFSA account. Also, SATs and ACTs are happening all year long. Here at the high school, they will start testing students in ACT starting in December. But in April, that's where we're really stepping in. Gear Up is going to help to do a workshop for students for the ACT to make sure they're prepared for the April 11th exam, but you do not have to wait that long. You can start your student in taking their ACT or SAT right now. Of course, the August and September dates have passed, but October 4th is the next SAT date, and the next ACT is on October 18th. If you need a application fee waiver, you can check in with your student can check in with their counselor. They must qualify for free or reduced lunch in order to get that application fee waiver or the SAT, ACT fee waiver. And if they do qualify for that, just again, make sure that they go and see their counselor and they can get that fee waiver from them to take any of these exams. And again, they go all the way into 2026.
Okay, yes. I'm sorry, I went off screen just a moment to grab our post survey link that I'm going to drop in the chat in just a second. But also, we do want to share that we are located in the library, right? So the Gear Up room has moved. Some of the students are used to seeing us in the College Center, but we are now located in L101 inside of the library. Right, so that is where they can find us and visit with us throughout the school year. All right, we are back. We're back. Okay. And so again, that's just another recap of the services that will be available to them when they meet us in the Gear Up room. And again, here is our contact information. So this is how you can reach Brittany and I best by email.
Are you sharing the screen?
I don't know. I'm really trying very hard right now.
Can
But here we
someone?
go. Here it is. Post.
Okay,
I'm just trying to drop the post survey link in.
gotcha.
And the reason why I went off screen to grab this post survey link is because, like I shared earlier, about how our individual meetings with the students help drive our programming. I wanted to make sure that I was collecting your feedback about how this meeting went today, to let us know if this was helpful, if you would like to see more of these types of events and things like that. And I just wanted to make sure that you had it in the chat before we started logging off. So
Thank you.
sorry about that. But let me get the slideshow back up.
Okay. And again, we have just a few more slides and we'll be out. So we thank you guys for your time and just sticking in there with us. And again, hopefully this has been really helpful for you. All right.
So again, we're in L101. Quick recap of what we do: 4-year planning for academics, college and career planning, comprehensive mentoring, financial aid and scholarship support. So we'll start talking about FAFSA soon because it's almost time for them to start submitting their college applications. So it'll be here before we know it. study halls and Go Center tutorials, such as our homework hangouts and scholarship socials, soft skills and leadership workshops. All of that will be rolling out throughout the school year. And again, open to all of class of 2027. There are our email addresses once more, myself and Brittany's on screen. If you would like to reach out to us, please do.
And again, if you would like to set a pep talk for your student to meet with us, or if you and your student would like to meet with us to maybe look at scholarships or look over the transcript or just make sure your student is on track, we are happy to do so. Just take down our emails, shoot us an email, and just let us know, and we'll get that started for you. And yes,
No.
Q&A. So are there any questions before you guys leave? Thank you. Will you all share the slides after the meeting? Absolutely. So I get a list of everyone who participated. And so we can share after the meeting, send this out as well as the recording of this session so that you guys can have a copy of it. I believe that it should be recording. So hopefully it did so, and it'll go along with all of the resources you guys got today.
Yes, and please, please, once again, share your feedback with us in the post survey. Like, feedback is the currency of Gear Up. It is how we keep going.
Yes, okay, let me see if they had any questions. Ms. Jackson, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I'm glad this has been informative for you. We think that these resources are amazing. We always push them to the students, but sometimes they just need that extra nudge. And maybe just that reinforcement from home will get them to say, like, oh, yeah, I do have that. And they are not alone in this journey. We are here, right here with them, have been since eighth grade, and we are happy to serve. So, any way that we can help, any way that we can help you help them, we are down for the cause. All right. Absolutely. And if you guys do not have any questions, then we're all done here. If there's any slides that you need us to go back to, just let us know and we can kind of circle back if y'all need to see the counselors. Thank you, Ms. Jones, or anything like that, just let us know. Absolutely. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
all.
your resources. Absolutely. We are happy to help, guys. And if you have questions and you would like to come off of mute, you can, or place them in the chat. And again, this recording, as well as the slides that we showed today, will be sent to you via email.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Johnson. We'll be in touch with your daughter.